Okay, so let me talk about the past first so that we know where we stand, okay? In the past, we have here the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is dealing with somebody who was not what they appear. So they misrepresented themselves. There might have been some deception. There might have been some lies, some deceits, and just a lot of suspicions coming through from a relationship partner that you were involved with in the past. When it shows up in the reverse, it's basically, things being revealed, okay? And things can be revealed in a physical way where you get actual evidence that somebody's lying. You catch them in the act and things like that. Or things can be revealed in a more less tangible way. So that can be, hearing rumors, hearing things being spread. But either way, this is a card about coming to terms with whatever that has been revealed and leaving the person behind. So I feel like this is something showing up in your past. It might have been, like a significant relationship. And it's linked up here with the Five of Wands. You might have been involved with this person for, 5 years or even the past 5 years. And with the Five of Wands, this is a conflict card. So this also fell out earlier. The Five of Wands is a person that you have been involved with where you cannot see eye to eye. And I feel like every time you try to confront them, they were very evasive. And I feel like this is a very cyclical pattern. They might have been just deceitful. They might have spun the situation around, it seems like you were dealing with somebody that was really difficult to catch in the act, and they were very elusive. And I feel like, truth came to light. You have left this person behind. But what they're saying here is, it's not about catching them in the act. It's accepting the fact that you both are just very incompatible. And no matter what, it wasn't going to work out. And so if you're still, trying to figure out what went wrong, what they did, and so that you can have the proof that you want and need so you can move on. The bottom line is, I feel that, every time you try to confront them, they were very elusive and they had some things to hide. And innately, the relationship was very incompatible. Okay. So I feel like you have left this person behind from your past, which brings us to the present predicament that you're in right now. We have the Temperance card. The Temperance card being you in the upright position, it shows a very, very stable emotional state. So this is a really good card. I feel that you are in the process of, healing. You might run into the same person in your social circle and you're putting on a brave face. I feel like you see them for what they are. You know that situation was not good for you. But you might still run in the same social circle. And so you put on an air like, oh, I'm totally okay. Even though I feel like you might still be wondering, I wonder who they're with. I wonder if they're single. But I don't see you ruminating over the past. I feel like you're accepting that it is what it is. But, it still hurts. The end of a relationship years later, it still brings us like little, pangs of it still hurts a little bit. So I feel like you're still dealing with that. Okay. And you're putting on a brave face. You're pretending that everything is okay. And I feel like things will be okay for you because you're moving past it and you know that it's not good for you. So I feel a lot of rebuilding yourself, a lot of inner work that a lot of you guys, Sagittarius singles, are doing on your own right now. We have as well the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups in the reverse basically indicates a dating situation where you are narrowing your options. So I feel like you have definitely put yourself out there, started dating new people. Give me just 1 second. I feel like you might have put yourself out there, started dating a few people, trying to navigate the whole, the awkwardness of dating. So you might have encountered some people that were not, I feel like you might have encountered some people that were not ready to date, and you sat through the date and never called them back because you realized that, oh, they're not really ready. And they might have been contacting you, trying to figure out what went wrong. I thought we really hit it off. And you never, gave them an explanation. So honestly, if somebody is asking you, why not me? Or, what went wrong? I feel that overall as human beings, it is really good to let somebody know and, do it in a delicate manner. We're not trying to rip them to shreds, but it actually would allow them an opportunity to learn and grow. And a lot of the times people are too can't, like are too afraid to be honest. So I feel like, you might have just avoided them, but I feel like they needed to know, they needed to hear some truths from you. And so I feel like, if you started dating in December, I feel like the environment was not conducive for meeting new people. And so you might have stopped dating because you're just like, oh, the people were not ready or the people were not high caliber. But this is the month in March where things are going to be different, okay? So keep at it, keep dating, especially those of you who are single. And if you have been, kind of jaded from December and you might have thought that, oh, the people that are coming through are not very viable options, I feel like things are going to change. We have here crowning this reading, and the crowning energy is something that you're thinking about. We have here the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands indicates a relationship, right? As well as the Magician. So I feel like a lot of you are trying to manifest the right relationship partner. And we have this person here showing up as the Magician. The Magician is somebody who's really intelligent. And I feel like they're quite attractive, okay? They have this charisma, this allure. And they can turn heads wherever they go. So you're thinking about somebody, for others of you who has a specific person in mind. With the Magician energy, it's somebody who's quite extravagant, not in a bad way. They're really intelligent, quite accomplished, really, really smart. And they can, they're quite charming, quite diplomatic. And they're very easy to be around because, the Magician in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, he has like all the elements on the table. So he has the pentacles, the sword, the wands, as well as the cup. So it's almost like a social chameleon. He knows how to relate to everybody from all walks of life. And the only downside to this is you have to be very, very careful about this person being a little bit more of a talker than a doer. But I feel like you have somebody in mind that you really like and you want to pursue, second and third dates with them. And so we have some good prospects here for those of you who are singles. They're saying to be a little bit cautious, to take things very, very slowly. This is a charmer. This is somebody, not that it can't work. It's a very powerful person with a very powerful presence. And so you need to get through, third, fourth dates before you decide whether or not they are real. So it's not that it can't work. It's just you want to be a little bit careful because they might be over talking and they can't deliver on whatever they promise. So I feel like some of you are really attracted to another person and you want to form a relationship with that person. And you're still in the process of trying to decide, is this the right person? When should I ask them? And so, I do feel some of you are dating somebody, not exclusively yet, but you are dating somebody who has a very powerful presence. I'm seeing somebody who's really intelligent, dresses very well, is a little bit like extravagant with their money. I feel like they make quite a bit of money, but still, take your time. He's not going anywhere. He or she's not going anywhere. So take your time and try to get to know the other person before you jump in, okay? So the foundation for others of you, we have here you going back to a person from the past or still thinking about the person from the past. The relationship was very conflict ridden. So it's like full with lack of mutual understanding, lack of agreement, lack of consensus, as well as, very circular type of the same problems creeping up over and over and over and over again. So I feel like some of you are going back to this, or you are being solicited. The other person knows how to reel you in because they're very smart. And so you're being sucked back in. And I feel like on the one hand, some of you are very flattered that they are still interested in you. But I feel like you need to be very careful because there's a lot of conflict here. And it seems to me there might have been indiscretion in the past as well. So don't go back to it. Don't try to fix it, okay? Others of you are just going to put your protective walls up here with the Nine of Cups. And so you have many options, so you won't be returning to the past, okay, which is good. So I feel like it's going both ways, but Sagittarius, honestly, I feel like most of you are not going to be going back to it, not even engaging in it. Most of you are trying to move on, have started dating already if you are single. And for others of you, I feel like you are with another person and they make you really happy here. We have, the Nine of Cups. This is a card about wish fulfillment. So you're with somebody who dishes out a lot of gifts, who buys you little trinkets here and there, flowers, candy. I'm seeing food. I'm seeing a lot of food, candy, a lot of cute stuff, like uh I keep seeing like wildflowers. So they might buy you flowers or they might just, pick flowers along the way and put it in your hair if you are a female. And so I feel like you're dealing with someone who's very sweet. There is some incompatibilities here. There's some, not seeing eye to eye. And I also feel like you're dealing with somebody that has a lot of potential actually. But it might be long distance. So some of you, this could be a long distance relationship here with the Two of Wands, where there's some geographical divide, between you and the other person, and you're still trying to make the relationship happen, which is fine. So moving on into the future here for the rest of this month, what you can expect. We have here the Eight of Swords, which is a situation where we are feeling a little bit tongue-tied, okay? So I feel like sometime for this month in your dating environment, also in your relationship, there might be conflict brewing. I don't feel like it's serious conflict, but there might be situations where you're going to have to be very honest with each other. Like, where do we go from here? How do you feel about me? And you're just like, I don't really want to be the first one to put my cards on the table. I want them to, tell me how they feel about me before I decide. So there's going to be a major decision that needs to be made about the status of your relationship. Do we date other people or do we date exclusively? Do we get engaged or do we get married? So I feel like some major, major milestone moment is happening here with the Eight of Swords, which basically means that if you are kind of like stuck and not knowing where to go with the relationship, there is a major chain of events happening here with the Wheel of Fortune as well as the Ten of Coins, which denotes a solidification of a relationship, taking the relationship to the next level. And this is a card about cooperation, two people working together to build something of value that is going to stand the test of time. So if you are worried or concerned about your relationship and you're not really sure where it's headed, I feel like there is going to be a grand gesture coming through from the other person. I feel like some of you might be, let me see here. I feel that it might be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And the water sign might be somebody from the past. If it's a person from the past, you're not going to be going back to it. I don't feel a lot of you are. And so I'm seeing here an earth sign in the future, earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I'm also seeing a water sign, and this might be somebody new. So if you're single out there, I do see earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But I feel like they embody the energies rather than, embodying the sign. So I feel like you have somebody who is looking for love and commitment. You have somebody who's very established and who is looking for more of a stable relationship. So you have some good things coming through. For those of you in relationships right now, I feel like you're with somebody and you're very, very incompatible, but there's great chemistry and there's nothing wrong with that. We learn from people who are different from us. If you have had conflict in the past, this is the month in which they're going to, smooth things out. So I feel like somebody's mad at someone. You might be mad at your partner might be mad at you. If there has been some conflict in February, I feel like this month things are going to smooth themselves out. There's going to be a major gesture made in terms of an apology for you to straighten things out with them. And so it looks good. There's a lot of reconciliation. There's a lot of truths being, hashed out, things being resolved, conflicts being kind of suppressed. Maybe not suppressed like in denial suppressed, but more like conflicts coming to the surface so both people can, deal with it in a very high-minded manner. So it's not about petty disputes. This is more about, let's look at the big picture together and see how we both can move forward. And we also have, the family card here. So I do sense that you are with somebody, if it's a new person, you are with somebody that can go the distance with you. So if you're kind of like confused and worried about, where your relationship is headed, I feel like it's headed towards stability. And if you have somebody in mind that is really intelligent, really sweeps you off your feet, and you're wondering whether or not the person likes you, I feel like things are being reciprocated here. Feelings are being reciprocated in a very big way, okay, like with grand gestures, with very sincere offers, okay, Sagittarius? Things are looking really good for your relationship sector. I feel like just your career, you want to get back out there and rebuild your career, okay, for many of you.